over her.
Someone whispered.
What's that smell?
Another asked, frowning.
She stinks.
By the time she got home, Precious was in tears. No matter how many showers she took or how much perfume she spread, the foul odor won't go away from her. Her admirers flee one by one.
Bia, what is that your name again?
Once upon a time, in the bustling heart of Aba, a city famous for its vibrant markets and endless activity, there lived a young lady named Precious. She wasn't just beautiful, she was the kind of beauty that left people breathless. Her skin was dark and smooth, like freshly polished ebony. Her figure was perfectly sculpted, and when she walked, it seemed as if the earth itself paused to admire her. Men would turn their necks for a second glance, and the women, although very envious of her, couldn't help but admire her charm and beauty. No one knew where Precious came from. She just appeared suddenly one day, rented a luxurious house at the edge of the city. She was polite and mysterious, never revealing much about herself. Despite her state of being secretive, people adored her, especially the men who went out of their way to catch her attention. But Precious wasn't interested in all the men. No, she had a strategy. She wasn't looking for love. She was looking for luxury. Precious believed only married men with their wealth and connections could give her the life she wanted. Single men, in her eyes, were dreamers and couldn't afford her taste for fine things. It didn't take long for Precious to build her empire of admirers. Wealthy married men showered her with gifts, sleek cars, the latest designer clothes, and bundle of cash. Some even paid for her extravagant vacations. She became a household name in Aba, although not for the right reasons. At first, the wives of those men didn't notice anything, but soon their husbands started coming home late at night. Money that was once spent on grocery and school fees was never provided. The worst of it all is that the men who used to admire their wives now spend their time testing or thinking about Precious. The married women of Aba grew restless, and the markets, hair salons, and even church gatherings, Precious' name was on everyone's lips.
Have you heard about that girl? Precious.
One woman whispered to another as they sold tomatoes.
Heard, my dear. She's the reason my husband haven't paid school fees this time.
The other replied.
She's destroying families.
Another chimed in.
Something has to be done.
You are right, my fellow women. Something has to be done.
Another woman concluded. One day, two of the angriest wives, Nkechi and Ada, decided they too had enough. Armed with righteous fury, they marched the Precious mansion. Nkechi, a tall and a furious woman, with a booming voice, barged on the gate.
Precious,
she shouted.
Come outside here now. We need to talk.
Precious, lounging by her pool in a sleek robe, heard the commotion. With a sly smile, she rose and walked to the gate. Her heels creaking against the marble floor. When she opened the gate, her beauty hit them like a wave. For a moment, Nkechi and Dada were speechless, but they quickly recovered themselves.
You have destroyed our homes.
Nkechi began.
Our husbands does not even look at us anymore. They spent all their time and money on you. What kind of woman are you, Precious?
Precious looked at them.
If your husband doesn't respect you, is that my fault? Maybe you should take better care of yourself.
Ada's jaw dropped.
How dare you?
I dare you.
Precious said coldly.
Now, if you will excuse me, I have better things to do than listening to your whinings.
She slammed the gate in their faces and walked away, leaving the women foaming. Not long after, a new couple moved into the neighborhood. Amina, a graceful and soft-spoken Hausa woman, and her husband, Ibrahim, a wealthy and charming politician. But before I continue with this lovely story, I want to thank all my subscribers for their love and support. And if you're returning viewers, please do well to subscribe to my channel, like and share. And for my returning subscribers, hey, thank you for your love. I really do appreciate you all. Alright, let's dive back to our story. Amina and Ibrahim became the talk of the town. Amina was kind and humble, always greeting her neighbors with a warm smile. Ibrahim, however, was just kind of a man Precious liked. Wealthy, influential, and powerful. It wasn't long before Precious set her sights on him. She began her usual tricks, accidentally bumping into him at events, laughing a little too loudly at his jokes, and sending him a seductive glance. Ibrahim, like many men before him, couldn't resist her. Soon, Ibrahim was spending more time at Precious' house than his own wife's house. He bought her gifts, ignored Amina. At home, he became irritable, snapping at Amina for the smallest things. Amina's heart broke every single day as she watched her once loving husband drift away. One rainy evening, Amina, dressed in her simple wrapper, walked to Precious' house. Her heart was heavy, but she knew she had to fight for her home. She knocked gently, and Precious answered, dressed in her glittering gown.
Yes? What do you want?
Precious asked, her tone dripping. Amina held back her tears.
Please, leave my husband alone. He's all I have, and you have taken him away from me.
Precious laughed.
Your husband is a grown man. He came to me because he wanted to. And guess what? I like him. In fact, I might even marry him. So, get used to it.
Amina stood there, stunned. Precious slammed the door in her face. That night, Amina sat on her chair in the compound, crunching the red charm stick her mother had given to her on her wedding day. It was a small, plain object. Her mother had told her that the charm held great power that will protect her from charm and evil. Raising the stick, Amina whispered a prayer.
Dear ancestors of my Hausa land, I didn't wish to harm Precious, but she has caused so much pain to me. Let her beauty become her curse. Let her reap what she has sown, and so shall it be.
The next morning, Precious noticed something strange. As she walked through the market, people began covering their noses.
Is that her? Look at the way housefly is flying all over her.
Someone whispered.
What's that smell?
Another asked, frowning.
She stinks.
By the time she got home, Precious was in tears. No matter how many showers she took or how much perfume she spread, the foul odor won't go away from her. Her admirers flee one by one.
Bia, what is that your name again?
Mr. Okeke, ask.
My name is Precious. Or have you forgotten me, my love?
She said.
Precious, please, from today upwards, don't ever call or come close to me again.
Mr. Okeke said as he walked away from her. Even Ibrahim returned to Amina, begging for her forgiveness. Precious became a shadow of herself, mocked and avoided by everyone. Desperation for solution. Precious visited pastors and prophets, but their prayers didn't work as she expected. And then she traveled to her village to see a powerful, strong native doctor. The old man chuckled when he saw her.
Ha! Precious,
He said, shaking his head.
Your greed and arrogancy brought you here. And the only solution is to beg the woman who caused you for forgiveness. And her name is Amina.
Precious immediately returned to Abba and went straight to Amina's house. She knelt at her door, tears streaming down her face.
Amina, please.
She begged.
I am very sorry for everything. Please forgive me.
Amina ignored her at first, but Precious kept coming back day after day until Amina's heart softened.
I will undo the curse,
Amina said one day,
but on one condition. Only if you promise to leave Abba forever and never to return again.
I promise, ma.
Precious said without hesitation. Amina performed the ritual and the smell disappeared. True to her word, immediately Precious packed her belongings and left Abba that the same day. The women of Abba rejoiced at Precious' disappearance. Marriages were restored, and husbands, humbled by their mistakes, began treating their wives with more love and respect. As for Amina, she became a symbol of strength to the people of Abba. Her story was told for generations. The lesson of this story is that greed and selfishness lead to destruction. Precious desire for luxury and her disregard for others' feelings caused her downfall. Greed can ruin relationships and reputations. Secondly, respect others' marriages. Breaking into someone else's marriage causes pain and can lead to serious consequences. Precious lost everything when she disrespected boundaries. What goes around comes around. Precious mistreated others and ignored their pains. But karma caught up with her. Treating others with kindness and respect always bring better outcomes. The end.